It's about that time. Assemble and talk. No cap. It's a civil war. You thinking you worthy. You feeling like door. Smash that like button like Hulk, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. Another week 7. JJ's back. God's back. So we gonna run down what happened to this week. First, we gotta talk about the Spider-Man trailer. We have to talk about it. I know I did a little segment of reaction, but now we're gonna do breakdown and Easter eggs, or anything we all noticed, or what we expect from it. So, and how much we liked it. So, who wanna go first of how y'all liked it?
For me, I know the whole Willem Dafoe thing is like super epic and shit like that.
That's great.
But for me, what really it was the whole Doc Ock. First of all, Son is a vampire, right?
Is he?
Son doesn't look like he aged a day.
Oh,
but that's because they use computerized the aging.
You saw what they did to
literally
in the Irishman.
You think they had to go that far?
No, yeah. There was an interview with him where he had concerns about that, how he was gonna look, because he's
older.
Bro, he's old.
70 years old now.
He was like 50 when they.
Yeah, exactly. He was 50 when he did it. He's 70 now, some shit like that. 69, literally. So he had concerns and he was in doubt of doing it. But they was like, yo, bro, you haven't seen what we did to Nick Fury and Captain Marvel?
Look what they did to
when he's 70.
Iron Man with the whole hologram.
Yes,
but look what they did in the Irishman. They fucking made.
That was another thing too. And then what was he was worried about how he was gonna move. Sorry.
See, my thing is, I keep forgetting how crucial CGI is to movies and how much they actually use it. I did not know for a long time that they CGI Superman's face.
Oh, in that movie? It's crazy. I remember when me and her went to the movies, right, to watch that shit when it came out. You mentioned it first. You was like, yo, well, why does his mouth look like that? I would never forget that time. Yeah. And even me, I was like, word, it does look a little funny. But we never, because we didn't understand or knew what that was.
No.
It wasn't until months, after that release where people was like, yo, y'all did such a horrible job. I can do it better. People was doing better CGI of taking out the mustache.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, but you know.
Nah, deadass. Why not?
They were doing better CGI
Yo, bro,
than
that's...
Hollywood? No.
Not you saying Hollywood, but you acting like Hollywood runs everybody's
talent.
CGI. No, that's what makes different studios better than other studios.
It is. Also, you gotta keep him.
Did you see it? Do you know what we're talking about?
No, I didn't
exactly.
see Superman's mustache.
But you know what's funny? Though?
If you watch the theatrical cut of Justice League, the opening scene is the first few minutes, literally the first scene, and his mouth looks mad weird. It's because he started shooting. They had to do reshoots after they fired Zack Snyder. So when they did the reshoots, he was already in contract to do Mission Impossible and shooting. So he needed the mustache and all that. He couldn't cut it. So they were like, all right, we're going to take it out CGI. But they did such a horrible job. Everybody complained about it. It was not a person that watched it that let it fly.
No, that's what I was just about to say. The crazy part is, like I said, I was not aware. I did not see it. I didn't see it. But now, after somebody pointed it out, now I can't unsee it. You feel me? Now that shit sticks out like a sore thumb. I can't not see it now. But I didn't see it before.
Nah, that shit is
shit
weird,
like that.
bro.
I don't see...
People even, they even CGI'd the mustache back on. And to show how ridiculous he would have been looking shooting it.
Yeah, people on the internet have entirely too much time.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm trying to tell them. There's people that's great at what they do, bro.
Yeah, you got to remember, too, CGI is not always a case of financial.
And then something like that, you just taking out a mustache. That's not you making a whole scene that's looking like invasion on Earth or some shit.
I'm pretty sure I can give you all the equipment that Hollywood uses, and you still wouldn't be able to do as good as a job because you don't know how to digitally edit stuff and stuff like that.
But if you did know how to do it, though,
I wouldn't.
There could be a nigga in his basement that his skills way surpass
how about
Hollywood.
So how about the people that if you worked in Hollywood before doing that and then you just don't know more? Do you lose talent? You feel me? Do you lose the talent?
It's like that Sonic game.
Alright, sorry. To bring it back. So how much 1 to 10? How much did you like the teaser trailer of the Spider-Man shit?
Oh, listen. I wasn't it's funny because I wasn't falling into the hype. Like I said before, I've never really been a big fan of Spider-Man, but after that trailer, that trailer boosted my I want to see this movie now. It went from I'm gonna see this movie to I want to see this movie. You feel me?
You didn't like the teaser?
It's not that I didn't like it. I feel like for me, all these leaks and shit, they just kill it.
They're ruining it.
Yeah, I mean, I liked when I was a kid when the fucking trailer came out, the trailer came out.
I'm not gonna lie. Even though like I'm already so invested, that's why I look at all the leaks and everything else. But I don't like that they come out with so many leaks and stuff.
Much,
like
bro.
even like right now with Shang-Chi, I'm trying not to watch. I said that before on one of these things. I don't like to watch none of the new TV spots or the new trailers that's coming out for it because they already showed us 3-4 trailers and TV spots differently of this.
But the thing about Shang-Chi is that it was so underrated for me. Like nobody was talking about it. I didn't really see any leaks. So when I saw the trailer, I was like, yo, this is like some crouching tiger, hidden dragon shit. Like, I gotta see this.
No,
and that's good because the less you write in a character like him, we would know genuinely. Normally, we would just know less of him, right? Like, it's like,
look, I didn't
we would know less of him regardless.
No,
So, and then
I
the fact
knew-
that they had less leaks coming out and shit for him is because of the interest level. You gotta think about it. Why would I leak something if I know it's not gonna
I knew nothing
catch
of him.
for what I'm trying
not
to do?
gonna
I don't
lie.
get a bag if nobody's gonna pay me if I'm a person that leaks stuff. I'm pretty sure that's how they get their money.
And it's
I
funny.
think Marvel leaks their own shit.
I think so too.
But
honestly,
that's what I was gonna say earlier. See, with Marvel, I can't remember any other instances, which I gotta remember. They like to swindle people with trailers too.
Yo, I was telling him that when he was watching the trailer. I'm like, yo, I think
In
like
fi-
in the scene at the end when he's on the highway and he's like, yo, hello Peter, right? And then some pulls out the Iron Spider suit, right?
You don't think that's gonna be in the movie?
No,
right?
I think he's wearing the new integrated Iron Spider suit, the one
Yeah.
that has the. You seen the leaks that is the Iron Spider suit, but the front is gold instead of blue.
Yeah.
It's gold, and then it has the circle, the Doctor Strange shit, his magic. So it's integrated. They saying with magic, Doctor Strange
Remember
puts some
the
spell on
Infinity
it.
trailer?
He gets to
The
use
Yeah,
the spell.
Infinity
I
War
mean,
trailer. They had Hulk running and
So
all
that's
that.
what I think. I think they just
At the
don't want to
end.
spoil it.
What I'm excited about the most is, I mean, I'm not really excited about anything, but I feel like I'm excited.
Is there anything?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm excited just to know how it's gonna be integrated in a whole overarching story, like because obviously there's so much going on, and I'm really concerned how they're gonna fit
Fit that
everything in there. And Sinister Six, right? Obviously they're coming back, so they got 6 niggas. They gotta fit into one movie. They gotta wrap up the portals. They gotta tell Doctor Strange story. They gotta tell. They got all these side stories, a main story. How is that gonna fit into like the whole phase, the Sonyverse?
but I feel like that's
know-
Marvel now.
You know what?
though,
That's
bro.
like, all right. The thought of that is a concern. I think to anyone, you should be concerned when you first hear everybody in these movies, right? But when that curtain got pulled back to me,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, I'm good. Like they should be good. We seen the Infinity War and Endgame
Yes.
and
That's what
Civil
I'm
War
saying. That's
to
Marvel
a
now.
degree. They very well know how to mash a lot of characters and give
I feel like that's their main
just
meal
enough,
ticket.
right? Yeah, like they know how to give a certain character just enough. You feel me? And then maybe some characters like the Hulk, they might have slipped on it out, but like 95% of their characters, they actually. If I'm not gonna use you, I want you in this movie, Scarlet Witch. But we obviously it's not about you; it's about these niggas. So let's show you for one little scene, but you're gonna do something crazy, or you're gonna. They good at. So I know what you mean though. And then Matt Murdock, right? He's supposed to be the lawyer in it.
Yeah, I don't think he's.
And people
he's
said they
gonna
spotted him in the trailer.
be- Yeah, he's not. No,
He's the guy with the white,
the white.
Yeah, with the white button up that
Man,
stamp.
Why
Murdock,
y'all so
man.
against
Yo,
that? You love Daredevil.
I love Daredevil. I'm a Daredevil fan.
You wouldn't want to see him in that movie.
I would
if
love
it's-
to see him, but it's not. That's not happening. Like if Daredevil comes back, it's gonna be on some Hulu shit, some Netflix shit.
The Netflix
The
series
Netflix
wasn't that
series.
bad.
The
It
first
wasn't.
season
Don't do
was
that.
good.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you.
The
I'm not
first
a fan.
season was amazing.
Really?
But I didn't. I'm also keep it honest. I didn't keep watching it. We watched I mean, we gave Daredevil actually more chance than Punisher. We watched one episode of Punisher, but we watched I think 2-3 episodes of Daredevil, and it was cool, but it wasn't like enough to like.
Nah,
Bro,
I think-
Daredevil was fantastic.
I think
The first season was
yes. I
was
think
really
it was
good, especially the
fighting scene, the
scene.
choreography down the whole
Like,
way scene.
Yeah, yo, bro, that
The
was
old boy
that
swag.
reminded me. Yeah,
Old boy
exactly.
swag, amazing.
But
That
but
was-
reading like comments and watching the YouTube videos I watch and hearing how people talk about it, then going into those comments, it apparently was good.
Yeah,
the
man.
Daredevil one.
I think it was the cream of the crop as far as a Netflix series.
Okay.
Like all the Netflix series, I think it
Yeah,
was the
but
best one.
I didn't see, and that's the thing. I didn't get into none of those. I didn't.
I mean,
None of those grabbed me, bro.
I didn't watch Jessica Jones entirely.
I know. I didn't watch Jessica Jones at all.
I watched both
wouldn't
Luke
watch
Cage.
Jessica
I watched both Luke Cage.
So the thing with Luke Cage,
You know what we watched? Sorry. You know what we watched also was we watched a couple episodes Cloak and Dagger. Yes, right?
Yes, that was actually a good one.
Yeah, I forgot. That was okay. That wasn't bad.
Did you see
CGI and shit, great.
Did you see the
Storyline
Runaways?
and shit.
I don't remember
kinda
the.
dry.
I don't remember the CG. I'm not. I just remember it. Like,
Did you see the Runaways?
No.
no.
Yo, it's so crazy.
I
'Cause
couldn't even like.
I ran into one of my homegirls on the train, and we go way back. And then she was like, oh, you know, I'm going to this bar with my friends in Lower East Side. And this is a crazy story. And then we were just hanging out or whatever, and she invited me, and then her friends came, and then we're shooting the shit. And then I met some girl there. And then I was shooting the shit with this girl. She's like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm just with my friends because I'm going back to LA in a few weeks. So, you know, I'm trying to spend some time with friends. Like, oh, what are you doing? She goes, oh, like, I'm filming something, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, yeah, you know, that's cool, man. Like, that's great. Like, more Asians in Hollywood is great. I think that's great for you, blah, blah, blah. I went back home, and one of my homeboys shared the trailers of The Runaways. And she was one of the characters on The Runaways.
Oh wow.
So I was there, like, chopping it up with her and some other people, and she was one of the main people in The Runaways. And like, I didn't even realize.
Yo, you know it's crazy. You know what happened to us yesterday? We went out to eat to Dallas BBQs on on 8th Street, right? St. Mark's 8th Street. You know, right there on 2nd Ave, right?
Oh, I love that one. You be mad loud as fuck.
So we went, right? As soon as we sit down quick and everything. We right as soon as you get in the doors, like they gave us the first table or whatever. It was me, her, and her best friend. So we go and like probably like a half an hour in or whatever. She's like, yo, babe. I'm like, what happened? She's like, I think that's the guy from the one I like. my favorite, the one I like, the one from the one from Maze Runner. So I'm like, what?
Maze Runner.
So then it clicks. It hits me like, you know, the movie.
Great.
Yeah, the movie Maze Runner. You never seen Maze Runner?
Great.
No.
That's crazy.
Great.
It's like a blockbuster. But yeah, she and the story probably not even hit for you, but you can understand.
Great. It's great.
So I'm like, word? He's like, yeah, he just sat down, he's right there. So I'm like, so they sit down right behind her because he went behind them. So I get to see, she got her back to them. So I'm looking and I'm like, that's not him, babe. So it's like 4 people doing a row, and then it's like another 4 or 5 people in the row, like between girls and guys. I'm like, nah, you bugging. I'm really good with faces, you know that. And he goes like this, like he leans out and he was basically hiding behind somebody. Not hiding, but I just couldn't see his view. And he go like that. I'm great with faces. Oh, Rick, no, that was
absolutely
him. No, it was absolutely 100,000% him. So, and it's crazy because right before that, I noticed the people that he was with. One of them, there was a guy at the all the way at the end. It's a black guy. He does a podcast. Deezus and Mero. I know him because he they had a conversation with DJ Envy on the Breakfast Club one time on the Breakfast Club. So that's the only reason I knew him. So I was looking at him for a while and I thought it was him. So her friend
Nobody walked up to him.
Nah, because they was eating, and I that's how. Nobody wanted to do it because why would you go up to somebody when they're eating, right? Like that's like
Yeah, it's just like when I saw the nigga from the NWO getting off. I was picking up some girl I was dating from the airport, so she's coming out, and I see this tall nigga, you know, Diesel from WWF, Kevin Nash. I'm like, bro, yo, that's Kevin Nash, and she's like, who's Kevin Nash? And I was like, sweetheart. So then she Googles it. She's like, yo, I think this is that guy, Kevin Nash. So like she's like 4 feet tall, and Kevin Nash is like 7 feet tall. So she walks up to him. She goes, are you Kevin Nash? And he's like, yeah, you want a picture? She's like, nah, I just wanted to know. And then but seeing like her like stand next to Kevin Nash was fucking hilarious.
Did y'all see the movie Spiral?
The Dragon?
No.
The new Soul movie.
Oh yeah, that movie was trash.
No, I didn't see it.
You know who's the main villain in that movie? Like, you know, the guy that ended up becoming the main villain.
The
The
actor?
detective. Yeah, the actor that would end up becoming. He was working as a detective, but he was the one pulling the strings and everything. He's the same guy from the Facebook movie, Social Network. That was the twins' friend.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding how they keep.
He was with them too. He was actually sitting right behind her. Like he was on the corner one. Like he was actually the one noticing them out of all of them on that table. He kept looking at us and shit. Like, I know y'all talking about us, and I know y'all noticed us. Relax. Like, but he just had that face because his face is mad serious. But
He's probably like, yo, I hope they don't come up.
nah, that's probably what it looked like. It looked like he was thinking that. But either way, we was.
Or maybe he wanted y'all to come up for a picture.
We wasn't on that type of time. They wanted to, and after a while, I wanted to do it for them. I was like, fuck, I know it'll make her happy. What just you want to pick, but. They was eating. That was the only thing that held me back. If it was outside, I would have definitely asked him, but it was just. Well,
I have a celebrity story, but it wasn't that big of a deal for me because I really don't like fuck with that celebrity. But it was cool because I got to speak to her and shit. I sold Miley Cyrus her photo
when
she rode the camel at the zoo. She came with her whole
Oh, so
entourage.
you sold her legendary photo
Yes,
that
I
she did?
sold
One of her legendary
photo.
photos?
Yes, I sold her.
And that was you that
her
took
photo.
that?
Yes.
I took it and
I
sold it
took
to
and
her.
sold it to her.
Nah, you bodied that.
That was
Shout
mine.
out to bro and Molly Cyrus.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
all
bodied
dudes,
that.
like I said, like I was kind of like underwhelmed. Like everybody else was going ape shit. I took the photo personally because it's a celebrity, and all dudes like I'm the boss, so I can't tell me no. Give me the camera. Like,
I'm gonna take advantage of this
yeah, I'm
moment,
on all
basically.
credit. Like you feel me? And then as soon as I took the photo of mine, I ran straight to the booth to sell it to her, and she was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie,
She cool, right?
cool as shit."
Nah, she seemed mad cool.
Cool as shit. OD. Like she was mad, like down to earth. Like I thought she was gonna be like, you know, a celebrity. Like I thought, honestly, I didn't even think she was gonna come to the booth. I thought she was with like 5 niggas. Like you feel me? Like she had an entourage, and
You know
I'm pretty
who's
sure
also really
2 of them
cool?
was her bodyguards.
Paris Hilton.
Word?
I used to work for a makeup distribution company 10 years ago, and the president. I used to be the president's assistant, and he was like, "Yo, you gotta go to the Soho store. Somebody's gonna be there, and I don't really want
People going crazy.
people going crazy,
Oh,
like
somebody that can
workers." So
understand, be professional.
yeah, so then I went, and it was Paris Hilton,
Mm-hmm.
and she was so dope. She was like nice. She was like nice. She had like the hoodie and the big glasses, and she was really nice.
When I worked in the pharmacy like 2 years ago, so if I'm not on register, I'm basically watching the front, which is right in front of the register. And the whole front is like half pharmacy, half convenience store. So I'm right here, and the doors are right in front of me. I'm standing up. Everybody that comes in, I'm just watching people. Hey, hello, da, 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 greeting them. The door opens up. My son Adam Sandler walks in and locks eyes with me.
Nah,
Swear to God, bro.
nah, I would.
And then you know he's a jokester, so he kind of gave me a look like, yeah, it's me, but don't say
say
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, like.
And he might as well have said,
Yeah, he might as well have something like that, bro. And yo, it was just mad, like, shocking and heart stopping and dropping. Because for one, that's really my favorite on the comedic side. I guess that's my favorite
No,
actor.
he's definitely
been my favorite actor. Period.
top
Like
5,
him, Will, and
you
shit
feel
like
me?
that.
Like-
But I'm just gonna say like comedic
I
comedy.
think it's fair to say he's like in most people's top 5 comedians.
Mm-hmm. I see that a lot. But it was just mad cool. And he was with his daughter. He was dressed regular, like a
I got it.
regular hoodie, gray sweats. Like he was like.
I got another one that you might get hyped for. This one was a little bit less underwhelming. At the time, I called same job, zoo, selling photos, camel booth. I didn't take this one because listen
Is
to the
Carmelo
story.
Anthony?
No, I seen Carmelo. No, he
Yo,
came
he
to the
goes
zoo too.
regularly.
No, but they shut his shit. Like he came to the zoo.
Who the fuck they
One of
shut
the,
his shit?
yeah, he came to ride the camels, but it started raining by the time he came. They
Right.
didn't ride it. But anyway, I didn't get to see him. My son was in the car. Like my
Fucking-
son was
You
there.
get
like, in the car.
Miley Cyrus, she doesn't shut the shit down, but Carmelo.
No, but
Anthony,
it didn't rain when
Nah, but-
Miley Cyrus
yeah.
came. All
Right,
dudes
wait.
like it. Feel me? It was a safety precautions. But look,
Safety precautions
one
for
time,
fucking
right?
Carmelo
One
Anthony.
time, some little girl rode the camel, right? And while she's riding, before she even get off, there's some dude comes to the booth like, "Yo, that's my niece riding the camel." I ain't gonna lie, I don't remember if he said niece.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it was a relative.
I know her riding the camel. Can I see her picture? And I showed him a picture. My son pulled out his card. Didn't ask the prices, nothing. But I figured honestly, like, you know, a lot of people come to the zoo with money, like all dudes. Like, my son swiped the card. I swiped the card, did the transaction or whatever. He left. I'm looking at son like, yo, he looked familiar. Like, who is this dude? Like, my son was kind of like not tall but average height. He had a ponytail with some sunglasses on. Like, I'm like, when I did the transaction, he paid with card.
Oh, so you can see.
I looked at the receipt.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
What he said.
Steven Seagal.
Word. That's a good one. That's a
Fuck
good
with
one.
Steven Seagal. And
How you don't know the Steven Seagal?
Yo, bro, like all
But
dudes.
you know, it's funny. It's the same thing we were saying yesterday with him. He had blonde hair. He had a beard. He's not like that in Maze.
My
Runner.
son had the
but
shades
Steven
on and he
Seagal
was in, like-
always got the shades,
He
bro.
had the shades
He
on.
always
He
got
was
the
in like
shades.
regular decor, but he
the-
dead ass had the ponytail.
Yeah.
That's where you
the-
slipped at. I feel
That's
like,
what, yo, no, and then look, I started going, when I read the thing, first of all, I got Steven Seagal's signature now, because he signed the receipt. I have
got
his
his
signature.
autograph. You can
So
tell
I'm
that-
going ape
Right.
shit at the booth, like, yo, I got Steven Seagal, and mind you, my coworker at the time, he's like 18, my son is looking at me, man.
You don't know
Yeah,
Steven
like who?
Seagal.
He's like, why you so hype? Who the fuck is Steven Seagal?
He had the yellow shades on.
Nah, he had some black shades,
Black
like some
dogs.
regular, like the wrestler shades.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
Yeah.
the
Like
wrestler shades.
there was like the Ray-Ban Predators.
Yo, if I'm not mistaken, son had a fanny pack and
Google
all
that.
that. Like, he looked like a regular dude. But
Yeah,
I like,
that's
you know
what's
when
up.
you know you seen somebody, I'm like,
No, yeah. It be like that. You look at somebody for a while, nigga. They had like, look, there was this other girl sitting at them yesterday at that table that we was like, she's famous too, right? We just couldn't pinpoint it because it was too much going on. Like,
obviously, right?
no, yeah, it had to be it was that one chick that we was like, now her for sure. Like, I know I seen her in multiple things, like, but we just couldn't pinpoint nothing, so it wasn't confirmation for her.
I know your kids will love this one mainly because I put them on to JonTron.
That's the tape.
Yeah, the flex tape.
Flex tape.
The flex tape. But this is before you started saying racist shit on the internet.
But
Yo,
I met a lot. I mean, I didn't know. I've seen a lot of celebrities working in the zoo. I didn't actually meet or talk to a lot of them. Like one time, Mariah Carey came.
Who gives a fuck about Mariah
But
Carey?
that bitch was like, you know what they say, she's bougie and
Yeah, she was definitely that.
She was mad extra.
She
She had a
she
whole
was a
veil
diva
on
for
and she was
sure,
getting
yeah.
married.
She
and
seems like
shit.
it, though.
She had the kids all out in the open.
There's certain people
but
you can
this
just, like,
she
it
got
looks
her
like they,
face
like-
covered and shit. You know who I seen too, and she was dead ass with her and her homegirl,
Who?
Adele.
And Adele's more relevant than Mariah Carey.
And
Right
it's
now,
funny
at least.
because it's part of the
Right
policy.
now,
like,
chill out.
we can't if that's part of like they tell you that admission like in orientations and all that shit, like, yo, listen, we have celebrities come, like that's a bit like we have celebrities.
Yeah, you
We
gotta
are not
know how to
allowed to
engage like that, yeah, because it's a regular thing. Don't act. the
yeah,
fool,
we
bro.
gotta.
Don't
We can't ask them for
don't have a
pictures,
fan
We
moment,
can't
like-
do none of that. You feel me? Like,
But if they offer, we can't.
yeah,
we can't discipline
exactly.
you for it. You know,
if they offer you,
penalize
if
I
you
mean,
know
sorry.
they sitting there talking to you, then yeah, you could. Like, oh, another dude I met. I'm not a big fan of him, but that nigga had me rolling when he came. Tracy Morgan, right after his accident.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
No entourage, nothing, just straight family, bro.
Tracy Morgan. He's just a dude that.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I know.
And it's funny because, like I said, I never really found him funny, but he had me rolling when he was.
That,
at the
yo,
zoo.
I knew a dude.
I want to act as okay.
I knew a dude, and then I guess we'll wrap this up. I knew a dude who was pretending to be Tracy Morgan's son to get into clubs. And then when he almost had that shit where he almost died and he went to the hospital, son tweeted, "Rest in peace, Tracy Morgan, my father." Da, 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 da.
He's spazzed,
And
man.
then one of his daughters tweeted at
Like,
him,
why would
like,
you do that?
yo,
My dad's
like,
not
yo,
dead. You
like,
wildin'.
what you talking about? Like, who the fuck are you? And then everybody in the nightclub promoting scene found out that he was just a fucking... Yeah, he would go to a club and be like, yo, I'm Tracy Morgan's son.
Remember that dude that was living a life telling people he was Robert De Niro? And he really looked like Robert
Oh,
De Niro.
yeah.
From myself, Robert De Niro came up to him in the club one day like, hey, buddy, you're not me. Like,
Yeah, I always forget that actor that looks like Robert De Niro, bro. I know it's a thing in his real life. He has to be, bro. He looks so much like him. We all seen him. He probably was like on like I think that like Law and Order and shit like that. He looks just like Robert De Niro, bro, but he's just younger. Like he's mad younger. It's like how you look like this nigga when he was like 40 years ago. Like
nah, you know
he
what?
be on everything. It don't even matter. At this
Robert De
point.
Niro's
Before we go down the De Niro rabbit hole, you know what always...
Before we go
That's
down the
how
De Niro
wild.
rabbit hole, let's just go
Nah,
on to
okay.
the next subject. Like,
Nah,
that's
what you
it.
gonna say?
You know what always had me dead? Y'all remember Neighbors 1?
Yeah.
No, I've never seen that movie.
Wait,
Well,
Neighbors is
with Seth Rogen?
I only see
With-
Martin
with Zac-
Scorsese movies with Robert
with Zac
De Niro.
Efron.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Remember Franco's little brother when
Yeah.
they had the De Niro party? My son like, you're
Oh.
making Jinxie Poo mad. I'm like,
He
yo,
bodied
Rob,
that.
he hit De Niro right on
Right?
the head. Like,
you remember that? In Neighbors 1, remember you know James Franco's little brother, right?
Oh yes, yes.
I mean, he's in that movie Neighbors with Zach. I mean, he does a scene in there where he's imitating Robert De Niro, but
They
he's
had, they
spot
had a Robert
on.
De Niro party. Like everybody was different Robert De
Oh,
Niro
yes,
character,
yes,
and
yes.
he had the fake cat. My
I gotta
son
see
was
that
like,
again.
you're making
That was a
Jinxie
good
Poo
one.
mad. I'm like, nah, he's wow.
You
I
brought
felt
it
like
back.
Robert.
He could
De
play a
Niro
teen
did.
version of him.
Yes, exactly.
Teen version of him, or even early 20s.
Facts.
It's about that time. Assemble and talk. No cap. It's a civil war. You thinking you worthy. You feeling like door. Smash that like button like Hulk, yeah.